Everybody, it is Haley with Today in Travel, and I am solo today. I'm going to take these off because they're actually reflecting, and I don't want you guys to have to look at that. So I have to deal with my face today. Jason is down for luxury form, I believe, in Cancun, so he's in session. So, like I said, you are going to be stuck with me today. For those of you that might be new watching this replay, my name is Haley. I am a travel writer and I also own Hospitality with a Flair, which is a hotel sales support company with my amazing team over there. And normally Jason Poole is doing this show with me. He is not a travel advisor, an excellent travel advisor. We are here on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let's get into the news. That's what we like to talk about today. So it's going to go a little quick since it's just me. But the first one on the docket today, Crowdstrike fires back at Delta. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Delta has had massive outages from the Crowdstrike error. And Ed Bastian, the CEO of Delta, has done interviews really blasting how disappointed they were in CrowdStrike. And blame them for a lot of the situation. Well, it looks like CrowdStrike has issued a statement and fired back from their legal counsel. The quote is, highly disappointed by Delta's suggestion that CrowdStrike acted inappropriately and strongly rejects any allegation that it was grossly negligent or committed willful misconduct. The letter continues to say that it contributed to a misleading narrative that CrowdStrike is responsible for Delta's IT decisions and response to the outage. Should Delta pursue this path, Delta will have to explain to the public, its shareholders, and ultimately a jury why CrowdStrike took responsibility for its actions swiftly, transparently, and constructively, while Delta did not. Still, according to Delta, they haven't offered us anything, free consulting advice to help us whatsoever. If you're going to have access to the Delta ecosystem in terms of technology, you've got to test this stuff. So it seems like that we have a little legal battle that is going to be coming out of this. I'm very curious to see which way it shakes up. Myself being a Delta girl typically, and even Jason as well, we can both tell you that just overall this past year, even outside of this CrowdStrike situation, you heard it here first. They've been kind of letting us down a little bit with a lot of their changes. I will tell you, I use that app Flighty that Jason and I like to do to track our flights. And for example, I'm pulling mine up right now. This year, I've primarily flown just Delta and its partners, and I have lost 22 hours from delays. And that is astronomical. Out of all these flights that I've taken, it's wild, and most of them being on Delta. So there's a lot of issues going on there. I hope they fix it. And of course, when I say that I'm a Delta girl, you guys know that Ken Jarvis is a diehard American fan. There's not a whole lot of degree in differences amongst the three major carriers, United, American, and Delta. It's really primarily a preference. You kind of find something you like and you stick with it. So not one of them are necessarily yawns above the other. So curious to see how this shakes up, but I'm going to move on. We do have a couple more articles to talk about. The next one being the Alaska Railroad agrees to a new deal on a new port and pier in Seward. For those of you that have gone to Alaska or are looking to go to Alaska, this is great news, especially if you're Princess fans. They do a lot of the one-way directionals out of Seward and to Seward. So this is a very, very welcomed renovation coming down here with more cruise ship opportunities to explore the beautiful state of Alaska. If you haven't done it, highly suggest it. I've done it 3 different times. Next, we're going to get a little Disney here. The Disney Treasure has done its float out. The Disney Treasure is Disney's next newest ship. It will have a capacity of 4,000 people, has just over 1,200 cabins, and features cutting-edge eco-friendly technology, including low-emission liquefied natural gas propulsion system, similar to that of its sister ship, the Wish, that debuted in 2022. The ship's exterior has been enhanced. The characters on the back are Peter Pan, Captain Hook, adding that little touch of Disney magic there. And the themings within this, each Disney ship is a little bit different and themings. The interior decor features like Aladdin, Coco, Zootopia. Super excited to see that. So it did its float out in Germany. So very excited for that to hit the seas. And then keeping it in Disney Cruise news, because I just know how much Jason would love talking about Disney Cruise. It's probably a good thing I covered today. Disney has released more details on its next ship, the Disney Destiny. Now, this is supposed to be a whole new world, pardon the Disney pun there, for their cruise line. So the theme in this ship is going to be heroes and villains. It is set to set sail in November 2025. The dining experience are so crazy. There is going to be a Spider-Man, Marvel-themed dining experience, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lion King, and Black Panther is taking center stage in the main atrium area. It's going to be doing a lot of 4 and 5 night sailings out of Fort Lauderdale. So I highly suggest you guys take a look at some of these pictures, because even this little synopsis here does not do it justice. There's going to be like a haunted mansion themed parlor. So if you are a Disney fan, I highly recommend that you check out what the Disney Destiny is going to be bringing to Fort Lauderdale next year. It's super cool. I should have switched my title for that. I just started rolling into it. Bad habits. This is why I need Jason here to keep me on track. So the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is a tip of the day. Now, Jason and I have talked about this a million times, and one of the reasons that I personally am able to travel a bit more is because I am very intentional with my travel credit cards and points bonuses. I'm booking flights. I used a points bonus from one of my credit cards, my Chase card, when they had a promotion with Air France and KLM. It was a 25% bonus, which let me book round trip airfare out of Toronto to Europe for about 18,000 miles, which is incredible. So there are some new bonuses since we are at the beginning of the month. If you are an American Express card holder, the current bonuses are Avios, which could be used for Iberia, British Airways, Aer Lingus. They are on a 30% bonus. So instead of transferring at that 1-to-1, you're going to get that additional 30% promo. And then Hawaiian Airlines is on a 20% bonus. So you'll get that 1-to-1 plus that 20% bonus. The Avios is going until September 30th. Hawaiian is going until August 31st. Now, this next one, you only have about 7 or 8 more days to do this. If you are a Chase Preferred Reserve card holder, Sapphire, or you have your Chase points, right now there is a limited time Marriott bonus. It is a 70% bonus for Marriott, which means when you transfer 1,000 Chase points, you're going to get 1,700 Marriott Bonvoy points. This offer is only good until August 14th. So if there is a Bonvoy property you have had your heart set on, now is the time to transfer some of those points. I typically don't transfer for hotel, except with my Chase, because they are a Hyatt partner, and Hyatt still has their grid award nights versus the scalable, like all the other brands, the dynamic rates. But this is a really good promotion if you are looking at a really nice, maybe Marriott all-inclusive, beautiful luxury property like a Ritz or an Edition. So I hope you guys check that out and appreciate today's show. Jason should be back for next week. I will also be heading out in about 2.5 weeks to Seattle for a little bit of time, and then also hopping out to LA to go to Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland with my daughter. So make sure you stay posted and check us back here next week at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. Bye, guys.